Good morning, everyone. Monday morning, back again for our assemblies. If you're watching this in the morning, hope you're feeling alive and a bit awake and you're ready to attack the rest of the day. If you're watching it a little bit later on, I hope all your lessons went well today. So, our first assembly. Everyone starts a new year and they use the phrase New Year's resolutions. That is when they're trying to plan, trying to find ways to do things that they can stick to for a year. And normally it's to make themselves better. It could be getting a bit healthier, fitter, losing weight. It could be learning a new skill, could be learning an instrument. All those sorts of things can contribute to it. Now, this is the thing. I don't always like using the word New Year's resolution. Because when people tend to achieve those dreams or those aspirations, they then stop. They then don't try anymore. So I have a little trick up my sleeve that I use, and you can use this if you want. I phrase this as a new year plan or a year-long plan. That way I can focus on not trying to get instant success, but something that I can build and develop over time. Now, when you're an adult, those plans are a little bit different to when you're children. And this is only something I've used quite recently, actually, in the last few years. I want you to do that today. So, as part of your weekly challenge, it's not going to be a challenge. You're going to think of 3 things you want to achieve over the course of the year. But they have to be a little bit different. The first one is going to have to be something that you can try and do quite quickly. What can you focus on before the end of this term, before Easter, that you can try and get better at, try and be more successful at, or something that you do more regularly to make you happy? So for me, something that I'm going to really focus on, especially in this period over lockdown, is I am going to go for a walk with my wife every day throughout January, February and March. That's something that we've committed to as a pair that we're going to do together. Whether it's raining, whether it's snowing, or whether it's dry outside, we're doing it. The next thing is something that you can try and achieve by July, the school holidays, or September when you're going to move into a new year group. Is that something within the school that you want to get a bit better at? Is it your times tables? Is it your handwriting? Is it something to do with science? Is it a sporting activity you want to get better at? Try and think of something that is not as easy as the first one, might take a little bit more practice. And then the next one is something that you're going to have to think about in a year's time. What is your plan to be a better person in 1 year? Now, when we do this, it's not something you have to do every day with these big ones. What needs to happen is it needs to become a little bit of a habit. So, when you get old like me, some people will say, over a course of the year, I want to lose a little bit of weight. I want to get a little bit fitter. For some of you in year 5, year 6, you might be looking at what you're going to achieve in your next school. So the year 6 is moving on. What do you want to achieve next term when you're in next year when you're in year 7? You year 5s, it could be looking at your next schools. It could be looking at your exams. Because you can't do all that work for your exams now. It's going to have to be something you build. With year 3s and 4s, it might be something, and year 2s, it might be something that takes a little bit of time. For me, being a little bit older, I am going to work on how my body moves. Because I wake up in the morning, I've got a little bit of a stiff back. So, like my walking, instead of doing this thing every day, I'm just going to try and do it twice a week. I'm going to have a stretch. I'm going to lie down on the floor, not have a snooze, have a little bit of a stretch, get my body moving. So actually I've done something extra. It doesn't have to be long, 15, 20 minutes. It's like learning an instrument, little and often, 15, 20 minutes every couple of days. It's going to make you better. So that is what we're going to do. That is your New Year plan. 3 targets. Write them down for me. One that you can do over the next couple of months. One that you can do in the summer or by September. And then one you can look back on next year. Those targets, you're going to do something with them. You're going to get a bit of blue tack on the back and you're going to stick it next to your bed. You're going to put it on your bedside table or put it on your door in your bedroom. It's going to be something you can look at as a little reminder for trying to do something extra. You're working so hard in school at the moment. Make sure these things are fun and that you enjoy doing them, because you don't want these extra things to be things that weigh you down and make it hard. So there we have it. Our first Monday assembly, New Year's resolutions. You've all got the opportunity to speak to me on Seesaw via our sports group. You've all got the opportunity to talk to me via Teams on our sports groups there. If there's anything you want to ask, go ahead. If you want to send me some parents, you can do it via email, or it can just be posted to those groups as well so I can see them. Have fun thinking up of your New Year's resolutions this week. Take your time. Remember, make sure you enjoy them. And I'll see you all on Friday for our birthdays and our celebrations. Bye, guys.